Racing, Pizzazimataz. Oh, he floundered shortly after the jump away on the inside, Pizzazimataz. Knuckled badly, and Dark Energy and Highland Bill. Big Baron beat him out, drawing down towards the first now. Further out, Inch Gower going fast. Wider out, Pompeii. Behind them, Bahia from Carindale. Then Pizzazimataz has got back now after that miss-up at the jump away, followed by Best Endeavours and Rajanur. After they've gone over the second, onto the course proper they come now. Inch Gower, the Tasmanian, over on the inside in front, about a length and a half in advance of Pompeii. On the outside of those is Bahia and that white cap. Back behind them, Highland Bill, Dark Energy. The grey Carindale further out as they hop over the third. They're followed further back in the race by Big Baron, Pizzazimataz. Best Endeavours and Rajanur last of all. Here's the fourth, Inch Gower, the leader, comes down to it now. Inch Gower over in front, about a length and a half to Dark Energy up second. Pompeii third. Two further back at the race, then came Bahia, followed by Big Baron on the inside of Carindale. As they measure the fifth one down the straight, he jumped it beautifully, this leader, Inch Gower. Over it with a lap to go, 2 lengths in front of Dark Energy, going out of the straight, 2 then to Pompeii, 1 to Bahia fourth, 2 to Big Baron on the outside, Carindale. Then Highland Bill over on the inside now, Pizzazimataz, 2 behind him, the Best Endeavours and Rajanur. 2100 out now on the opening hurdle, up the riverside they go. And the leader is Inch Gower, 1.5 Dark Energy, Pompeii a half away third, 1 for the back Bahia, running fourth on the outside of Big Baron fifth, 1 to Carindale, Highland Bill, a length for the back Pizzazimataz, followed by Rajanur and Best Endeavours. Over the one at the 1800 metre mark they sail, and it's Inch Gower. Inch Gower by just over a length to Dark Energy, and Pompeii tucked away, ahead away third at the 1800. 2 or 3 further back, Big Baron on the inside of Bahia, 2 lengths to Highland Bill, then Carindale, then Pizzazimataz at the one at the 1700 metre mark, followed by Rajanur, and 2 or 3 to Best Endeavours last of all. Going up towards the flight now at the 1500 metre mark, and it's Inch Gower. Inch Gower by 1.5 lengths now in second placing on the outside. He's got away 2 in front now from Dark Energy. Pompeii on the fence third, 3 to Big Baron fourth, a half to Highland Bill, who's scraping the rail. On the outside of him goes Bahia, a length into Pizzazimataz. 2 for the back, Best Endeavours around the outside of Rajanur as they go to the next. And last of all is the grey Carindale. At Chiquita Lodge they race 1200 metres out, and it's Inch Gower a length in front on the outside, Dark Energy. A half to Pompeii. They sprinted 3 lengths in front now from Big Baron, 2 to Bahia. Highland Bill the rail, and 2 then to Pizzazimataz, 3 to Carindale, Rajanur. Best Endeavours last of all, 1,000 to go. The Tasmanian still in front, Inch Gower by 2. Dark Energy second, a length for the back, Pompeii. All Bahia dragged his quarters through that lost ground, and coming off the back now at the 850 metre mark, and Inch Gower 2.5 in front of Dark Energy, 2 to Big Baron, then Pompeii struggling around him went Highland Bill, then Pizzazimataz, and a gap to Bahia, followed by Rajanur. Carindale hard ridden at 8 lengths to Best Endeavours, who can't keep up. Up to the home turn they come with about 550 metres to go. Inch Gower a length and a half in front. Coming out after him now, Dark Energy giving a crack with a whip when they turn for home. Inch Gower's got a good break though. He sprinted away 3 lengths in front of Dark Energy. Then Highland Bill from further back on the inside, Big Baron at the 400, the second last now, and Inch Gower comes to it. Jumped it well, 4 or 5 Dark Energy, Highland Bill, Big Baron, then Pizzazimataz and Carindale. Inch Gower's out 5 in front, drawing to the last though. Here he comes to it. He's over it safely, 5, 6 in front. Highland Bill is down. Big Baron and on the outside, Dark Energy will battle out the miners, but Inch Gower all the way, a mile in front inside the 100. He's home and hosed, Inch Gower. He's going to win the money down to the line. Inch Gower scores about 5 lengths, Dark Energy. 3/4 third, Big Baron, a long gap for Pizzazimataz. Then Carindale followed further back by Rajanur. Just coming in behind from Best Endeavours, Pompeii, and down at the last was Highland Bill.
Okay, 9:11.6 across the line after the first at Flemington, repeating the late scratching of the top weight Gigabar. Now, okay, that's been taken off the market. So across the line, 9 Inch Gower through the tote, 12.90 and 3.10 from 11 Dark Energy at $2.70, with 6 Big Baron at 1.30.
9 Inch Gower, Super Tab 11.70 and 3.
On a dead jacket.
They're off and running this time. Backbone not brilliant away. Oral Sculpture's left the gate okay with Tatrigo. Over on the inside, Shearer hunted away from the gates and leads out clearly now from Zaravic, Oral Sculpture and Backbone on the outside. Further back, Rustic Pace has got back to last near the inside, and second last Tatrigo. They've gone inside the 800 metre mark, and this is fairly flying in front here. Shearer out about 5 lengths in front of Zaravic, Oral Sculpture and Backbone. 3 further back, Tatrigo, the widest runner, and Rustic Pace back on the inside, give it a crack with a whip. This filly about 5 in front now. now, Shearer, coming onto the course proper from Oral Sculpture, going up outside Zarovic. 3/4 further back, Backbone. 3 further back in the race, then came on the outside to Trico. Shearer getting very tired. Oral Sculpture and Backbone are claiming it quickly. And down inside the 200, Backbone on the outside has got the upper hand now from Oral Sculpture. Shearer and then to Trico running in, but running home well. At the 150, Backbone a length in front to Trico out in the middle, finishing very well. May pick it up, although on the inside it's still Backbone in front. It'll hang on. Backbone a half neck to Trico. 6 away, third is Zarovic and then Oral Sculpture. Further back in the race then Rustic Pace, and Shearer went very hard in front, but she knocked up to run last of the 6.
9 Backbone, $6.10, $2.50. Number 8 Tetrico, $2.70, and no third for 3 Zarovic.
9 Backbone on the Super Tab, $7.40 and $3.10. Number 8 Tetrico, $2.70 and 3 Zarevic to return a place dividend of no third dividend.
At a half neck in the time of 60.5, and number 9 is the winner. Number 9 Backbone by Arch Regent from Band of Steel, raced by Rosemary Brodrib. A Bayo Brown gelding, a 3-year-old, prepared by Lee Friedman, ridden by David Taggart, and has beaten number 8 Tetrico, ridden by Brian Werner, and third number 3 Zarovic, ridden by John Didham. 9, 8 and 3 in 60.5. 9, 8 and 3. Well, Rosemary Brodrib, who's the owner of Backbone, is a sister to Alan Brodrib, who's the partner of Sub-Zero and Dan Zero. So Cup Day 1992 was a pretty special day for that family when they won the Cup with Sub-Zero on a soft track. And it'll be a big thrill for Rosemary to win a race at Flemington today. Trained by the Friedman family, purchased at the Magic Million sales, this horse, Backbone.
Okay, 983, race number 2 at Flemington. On to...
Racing Eye stood there again, Birra. He's missed it again, the best part of 5 lengths. The favourite away well is Caleb's Brave Bulldog going with it. Further out is Shostakovich, and wider out Proven True, showing good speed. Heading up towards the front, 2 or 3 Scripture, Pirates Alley. Oliver's taken Birra back to the rail and back there with it Alanya. Coming down to the 750 metre mark now, Brave Bulldog. Inside at Caleb's, a length further out then Shostakovich. Outside those, making a line of 4, Proven True. 4 lengths Scripture from Alanya. Then Birra back to the inside, and last of all Pirates Alley. Onto the course proper, they race 500 out. Shostakovich going up to tackle Brave Bulldog and Caleb's. Proven True back a length the outside, 2 or 3 further back Birra. He's going back to the fence and picking up a bit of ground, 200 to go, and it's Brave Bulldog, Caleb's. Birra under pressure to the rail, then Shostakovich from Proven True. Brave Bulldog, Caleb's. Birra is starting to get up on the inside. Caleb's got to the front, 3/4 in front. Birra's finishing well. He'll still get up, Birra. Oh, great performance. Birra 3/4 Caleb's, 2 lengths away, third Brave Bulldog from Proven True. Shostakovich, further back Scripture, Alanya, and tailed off is Pirates Alley.
Number 3 Birra, $2.90, $1.40. 1 Caleb's, a return of $1.30, and number 4 Brave Bulldog, $2.
3 Birra, $2.90, $1.20. Number 1 Caleb's, $1.70, and 4 Brave Bulldog, $2.20 on the Super Tab and Act Tab.
Number 3 Birra, D. Oliver, came out of gate number 8, stood there, missed it a good 4 lengths. He didn't panic, Oliver. He just took the horse across to the inside and hoped that he could pick up his ground, and he's worn them down to win. 3-1-4. Top performance, that. Top performance. 3-1-4. Just watching the replay, 10 networks coverage, and the side shot will give us an appreciation of this. He's done this before, Birra. The gates have gone back, and he just stood there. Just stood there out of gate number 8. He's missed it a good 4 to 5 lengths. He's back there on his own. And over the short course, they just don't win. They don't get up when they're giving them a start like that. That's something you see in Mickey Rooney films, in black and white. But he's gone back to the fence. The ground probably best over on the inside. Oliver knew that. He didn't put the horse under any pressure till about the 200 when he realised there was a good hope. We had Brave Bulldog outside Caleb's, and Shostakovich, who travelled fairly well, and then Proven True was the 4th horse furthest out. And even coming onto the course proper, he was still a good 4 lengths off them, and his only hope was to go back and get up on the inside of Caleb's, who was a couple of horses away from the fence inside Brave Bulldog. Just watching the replay now, and they come down inside the 200. Brave Bulldog and Caleb's are fighting it out. Birra's still 3 lengths off them, but Oliver saw a chance, still a chance to get up. He's thrown everything at it, and this horse really knuckled down like a good type of colt. He picked up the bit, and he's charged home to win.
3-1-4, race 3 at Flemington.
This is Triple S, the Good Sports on the National Racing and Sporting Service.
Tactics bounced quickly. Catalan Prince got back of the 7 runners after the start and going quickly. Bean Dancing around the outside. Spanish Quest showing some speed. Bean Dancing headed by Spanish Quest from the outside. It takes up the running now. Moves by 2 lengths to Bean Dancing. On the outside, Stepfather, 1.5 further back than Tactics. Outside at Red Rhythm now up running 4th. 2 lengths further back and Pending, and 2 to Catalan Prince last of all. At the 1400 down the back they race. Spanish Quest out in front by 1.5 lengths. Stepfather and neck to Bean Dancing on the rail running 3rd. 2 to Red Rhythm 4th. On the outside there of Tactics 5th. 3 or 4 further back and Pending, and 2 to Catalan Prince is about 8 to 9 off the front last of all at the 1200 metre mark. Spanish Quest carts them along at the 1100 now. 1.5 to Stepfather and 1 further back in the race, then Bean Dancing 3rd. 1.5 to Red Rhythm running 4th. On the outside of Tactics, 2 or 3 and Pending, and 2 to Catalan Prince. Coming up towards the 950 metre mark, and it's still Spanish Quest in front. 3/4 Stepfather, Bean Dancing, Red Rhythm starting to go forward around Tactics. 2 or 3 further back and Pending, and Catalan Prince has got a job to do from there. It's back last, about 7 lengths off them. Up before the turn now. Stepfather going up outside Spanish Quest. 1.5 into Red Rhythm right behind them. Bean Dancing to the rail, followed further back by Tactics. Into the straight, 500 metres to go, and it's Spanish Quest a length in front of Stepfather. On the outside, Red Rhythm. Back to the inside, Tactics. Inside it, Bean Dancing. 2 further back and Pending. Catalan Prince taken to the outside, still last. Spanish Quest in front down to the 300, 2.5. Red Rhythm out in the middle. Detoria starting to wind up on it, but Spanish Quest to the 200 is out 3 in front. Over Red Rhythm, a gap in the race into Tactics. Bean Dancing, then Catalan Prince. Trelaw's got Spanish Quest in front, 100 to go. It's 2.5 Red Rhythm trying hard, but Spanish Quest all the way. Spanish Quest 1.5 Red Rhythm. 3 away, 3rd Bean Dancing ahead in front of Tactics 4th. Then Catalan Prince never really came into it, a gap to Impending, and Stepfather has tailed off.
Number 15, Spanish Quest, $16.80 and $5.50. Number 10, Red Rhythm, $2.50. No third dividend for 12 Bean Dancing.
By Smoky Trelaw, Wade Trelaw, and there he was beating Frankie Dettori on Red Rhythm. Good on you, Smoke.
Okay, number 15, Spanish Quest on the Super Tab to return for the win, $14.50, the place $5.30. Number 10 for second, Red Rhythm to return $2.50. There'll be no third for number 12, Bean Dancing.
This going. This has virtually led all the way to score. 10 second, Red Rhythm, Frankie Dettori, and third 12. Bean Dancing ridden by Brian York. 15, 10 and 12. 15, 10 and 12. Some compensation there for the Mars table after Jegabar was taken out at the gates, the favourite in the opening race. They'd be pretty despondent too with that horse coming out. He'd been set for that Cup hurdle, and they're struck back here with Spanish Quest. Spanish Quest scoring here, won at Werribee recently on dead ground. He's by Conquista Rose from Kitane, raced by M.A. Hockey, D. James, Mestam's V. Reed, P. Cape and Mr. G. Byrne. A Harry Lawton syndicated horse, this one. And I'm sure all-round connections will get a big thrill out of that. 12 starts for 5 wins, Spanish Quest. Had his share of problems, I think you'll find, as a chestnut gelding at 5-year-old, but he's always shown an enormous amount of talent, particularly back at the start of his career. 1:53.2 is the race time.
And we'll have more shortly on race number 4 at Flemington. Go.
Racing, Like a Smile, not brilliant away, dropped out to last, and Central Express wasn't flash away today. Other fillies have come out pretty well, and Fabulous Frisco working up towards the front around Secret Rule. Central Express is now travelling around the outside second. Over on the fence is Mia Ramore and 2 to Cyrenus, and Like a Smile. Running up towards the 1,000-metre mark, Fabulous Frisco, 3/4 Central Express, Mia Ramore over on the inside, third outside at Secret Rule. 2 further back, Like a Smile, and Cyrenus over on the inside, last to the 6. Fabulous Frisco racing down the side of the 900-metre mark, 3/4 Central Express, 2 to Mia Ramore, hard on the fence, third, 3/4 Secret Rule, fourth, 1 away from the rail, 1.5 then to Like a Smile, and last of all Cyrenus. They're inside the 800, 750 out. Fabulous Frisco held together near the inside, and next Central Express, 2 to Mia Ramore, outside at Secret Rule, 1/2 then 3 out. The widest runner now is Like a Smile, and last of all is Cyrenus. Around the turn they come, 500 to go. Fabulous Frisco, a half length in front of Central Express, and then Mia Ramore 4 over on the inside. Fabulous Frisco, 400 to go. Got away in front now. A length and a half, Central Express. 2 to Mia or more, and then Like a Smile, Secret Rule, Cyrenus. Hands and heels, though, at the 200-metre mark. Fabulous Frisco. Another leader here. It skipped away 2.5, Central Express. Now Like a Smile is knuckling down and is coming home well. Fabulous Frisco, 2 in front. Like a Smile is wearing it down. Fabulous Frisco in front. Like a Smile rolled in, won't pick it up. Fabulous Frisco, 1.5, Like a Smile. 3 away, third, Central Express, a gap, Mia or more. Then Cyrenus and Secret Rule is last of all.
15 and 7 the double, $105.20. 7 Fabulous Frisco, $5.50 and $2.60. Number 2, Like a Smile, $1.50. No third for 3 Central Express.
7 on the Super Tab. Fabulous Frisco to return $5.30 and $2.60. 2 Like a Smile, $1.60, and 3 Central Express. No third.
Good hope of wearing that leader down. Just rolled in a little under pressure, couldn't bridge the gap. And third, number 3, Central Express, who wasn't brilliant away today and sat on the outside of the leader and tried hard. Like a Smile, sort of only ambled out of the gates, got back, tried hard, but couldn't pick up Fabulous Frisco. Fabulous Frisco by Bletchingly from Bay Boulevard. Race for Concert Racing and Breeding 94, number 1 syndicate. Good luck to connections there too from the number 1 syndicate. Gerald Ryan, the trainer, and Andrew Finlay rated the horse nicely in front. So it's certainly throwing up the leaders here today. She did get off the fence in the straight about 4 to 5 out. Like a Smile ruined any chance it had of bridging the gap by rolling in at a crucial point down inside the 100-metre mark to be beaten over a length. But had she not rolled in, she did have a bit of momentum up. And she was starting to come home pretty well. It's been a good run by the second filly. 7, 2 and 3, 7, 2, 3.
OK, congratulations to the 2KY Punters Club, with Ronnie having $5,000 a win on that winner, Fabulous Frisco, and also the Quadella 1,000 times.
This is Triple S, the Good Sports, coming up to 2:30 on the National Racing and Sporting Service.
Cut for 1995. The 21 thoroughbreds engaged in the great race have entered the mounting yard. The jockeys have been presented to the crowd. The rain has passed on. It's grey skies overhead, but very clear. The vision is very clear. And the crowd who've been hiding under grandstands here because of the fact that the rain has ceased have come out. Very few umbrellas across through the viewing areas, and all of a sudden Flemington lawns become a sea of people. The runners are parading here for this year's Melbourne Cup. And it's the first time that we get the chance, most racegoers, to have a look at this horse from the UK. And he is a magnificent looking animal. I speak of Double Trigger. They've plaited his mane. He's a beautiful, rich coloured chestnut. Roy Higgins will tell us more about this horse shortly, but one must say that just looking at Double Trigger, and also Vintage Crop, who's still got half of the rug on his back. The European horses certainly do just stand out in the parade here. And Double Trigger is one of the most magnificent animals I think I've seen in many a long day. He is the favourite for the Melbourne Cup at $5.30 and $2.70. Fewer Chosen is coming into about second favouritism. There's very good support for number 16, Fewer Chosen. I'd say because of its ability to race close to the pace. We've had 2 races around the turn circle races. They've been dominated by horses going to the front. And we have good pace in the race with horses like Double Take and Coachwood. This one, Fewer Chosen, is capable of sitting right up on the speed, and nothing like a dame, 3-year-old, who won his way into the Melbourne Cup after he won the Derby here on Saturday, and Connections paid a $40,000 late entry fee to put the 3-year-old into the Melbourne Cup to make up the field. We originally had 23, 2 were scratched this morning. One's got a back problem, that's Gossips. Not too sure what happened to Desert Chill, but the field is now down to 21. Huge betting here in Super Tab in Victoria. The win holdings are just over $11 million. The place holdings, $8.3 million. It'll go well over the $20 million by the time we get to race time, which is still 17 minutes away. As they parade, the jockeys coming to meet Connections to the centre of the track. We welcome to our broadcast Keith Hillier. Keith, welcome to Flemington, and always a great sight, and it's only fitting that the rain has gone and we get a good look at the crowd and a good look at the horses.
It's a great sight, Brian, and there's that hum here of expectancy also as the horses parade in the mounting yard. Jockeys getting their final instructions. Gosh, how many times would they run this race through their minds? How many times would the trainers have spoken to them? These are the last words, the last instructions for the jockeys. Eye-catching horse in the mounting yard, without a doubt, the top weight Double Trigger. He is a chocolate chestnut, a striking colour. His mane is plaited, and he is the one that has not moved in betting here on the Melbourne Cup. For every $5 being invested on the 21 horses in this race, one of them is earmarked, one of those dollars is earmarked for Double Trigger. His tote odds currently on Super Tab, $5.30. He's a smidgen shorter in the ring. The only horse to firm in betting for this Melbourne Cup is number 16, Few Are Chosen. This is one of 4 runners entered by Gay Waterhouse. He has a wonderful record on rain-affected tracks, and that has led to the support for him today. Vintage Crop, the winner of this race 2 years ago, certainly has his admirers. He's been quite firm in the ring, having eased only 1 point. Count Shivas opened at decimal odds. He's eased a fraction only, and Storm has been solid in the ring too. And so too is the Caulfield Cup winner, Doriemus. He hasn't eased, he hasn't firmed. That quintet dominating the betting on this most open and most intriguing of cups. Nothing like a Dane. He won the Derby here on Saturday. No 3-year-old has won the Derby and the Cup double since Skipton in 1941. He's been a drifter today, nothing like a Dane. Yes, indeed, one of the eye-catching runs from the Caulfield Cup has been quite firm in betting. Won't be long now before the jockeys are called to their mounts for the Cup. How things have changed since entries were first taken. Peter Hayes entered the most horses this year, 22. His sole rep today, last year's Hero Jeune. For Gay Waterhouse, her initial entry was 18. Now she's down to 4. She holds the big hand along with Lee Friedman. The horses were entered in his brother's name, Richard. Lee was under suspension at the time. They entered 14. 4 have survived. And Bart Cummings, the Cup's king, he entered a dozen. None survived. They were the main entries for the Cup. The jockeys going for multiple wins today. Those riding in the race who have won the Cup before are Darren Beedman, Mick Dittman, Shane Dye, Greg Hall, Michael Kinane and Wayne Harris. So the chance there today for one of those riders to make history by completing a Melbourne Cup double of sorts. Only Wayne Harris has the chance to complete back-to-back Melbourne Cup wins on Jeune. Jockeys being called to their horses now.
And we'll be back to Flemington in a moment.
Yeah, 570 and 280.
New South update.
2 Jeune, 1690, 570. 3 Vintage Crop, $11, $4. 4 The Phantom Chance, 44 and 12. 5 It's All in Fun, 27 and 780. 6 Doremus, 980, 340. Stony Bay, 34 and 960. 8 Bullwinkle, 27, 10 and 740. 9 Count Shivas, 1460 and $5. 10 Darcher, 28 and 810. 12 is Double Take, 34.70 and 980. 14 Quick Ransom, 1960 and 620. 15 Sir Kingy, 61.40 and 16. 16 Fewer Chosen, $9, $2.90. 17 Yes Indeed, 22.50 and 6.90. 18 Storm, 17.70 and 5.40. 19 Boart, 33 and 10.10. 20 Coachwood, $48 and 13.40. 21 Dupan, 97 and 26. 22 Electronic, 18.80 and 5.60. 23 Nothing Like a Dane, 11.30, 3.40. Favourite 1 Double Trigger, 570 and 280 with 11.6 million in the win, 8 million in the place, 1.2 million in the Quinella.
Similar figures on the win and place pools for the Act Tab linked with Super Tab, and here are the figures there. Number 1 Double Trigger, 530, 260 and favourite. 2 Jeune, 15 and $5.20. Number 3 is Vintage Crop, 890 and 310. 4 The Phantom Chance, 37 and 10. 5 It's All in Fun, 21, 620. 6 Doremus, 980 and 340. 7 Stony Bay, 45 and 13. 8 Bullwinkle, 25 and 710. 9 Count Shivas, 14, 470. 10 Darcher, 23, 640. 11 is out. 12 Double Take, 49 9 and 13. Number 13 scratched. 14 Quick Ransom 19 and 610. 15 Sir Kingy 63 and 16. 16 Fewer Chosen 11 360. 17 Yes Indeed the Late Mail 20 and 610. 18 Storm 17 530. 19 Boart 32 940. 20 Coachwood 47 and 14. 21 Dupain 80 and 22. Number 22 Electronic 24 and 730. And 23 Nothing Like a Dane 15 and 480. 11,638,000 in the win pool. 8,733,000 in the place pool. Brian Martin selecting 1, 16 and 3. That's for race 6 Flemington. The Melbourne Cup at 3:20. Back to more Cup information in a moment. New South Wales dividends previous Brisbane.
7 fronted.
Here's Roy Higgins.
On the track, he has returned an irregularity in his pre-race blood tests, and the stewards in their wisdom have allowed him to take his place in the field. Naturally, it will continue on after the race. So the big news has just hit here, and the restatement will be released immediately after the race. The horse is a magnificent beast. He arrived on the track here some 2.5 hours ago. I was down the back when he arrived. He was very, very uptight when he arrived. The longer he is here, the more settled he became. Looked magnificent here in the parade ring. He's back to himself and is now walking on down past the 200-metre mark. A very, very fit horse. June continues to train on, looked in magnificent shape as usual. No blinkers on here today because of the rating of the track, but his condition levels are excellent. Vintage crop. Couldn't find any difference to how this horse was last year and or the year before. Lovely and relaxed horse. He's a 9-year-old. He's been around a fair bit now, but he's just cantering off down now and looks in terrific shape. The Phantom Chance, well, he'll appreciate this soft track. He was okay in the yard. He's nothing outstanding, but he's fit and well. It's all in fun. This is the best this horse has looked, and he too will appreciate the jar out of the track here. He looked in good shape going down the 5. Doremus, he has peaked. A magnificent training effort by the Freedmans to get this horse in this condition here on the first Tuesday in November. It looks magnificent. The 6, Stony Bay, he's the smallest of the runners in the race, little light frame customer. He's going to be one of the on-pace runners till probably about the home turn, you would think. Bullwinkle always looks well in the yard. He carries no surplus whatsoever. Ribs showing everywhere, bright and healthy. Count Chivas, the horse I was keen to have a good look at in comparing him from the yard of the Caulfield Cup to here today. I can assure you this horse has got back to his old self, and when I'm saying that is when he was winning these races during the Autumn Carnival of this year. He looks absolutely magnificent, the 9. Darcher, well, he's a plain looking customer, but he is very fit. Over to Double Take. This guy looked good going through. He's hard and tough, this fellow. He's an on-pace runner. He'll be there for a long way. Quick Ransom, he started to sweat up, one of the only ones in the whole race of the number of horses that started to sweat up, and he got pretty uptight by the time he was leaving the mounting yard. 15 Sir Kingy, big strong looking guy, this guy. He'll handle these conditions. He does look well. Fewer Chosen, the big tip that's around here at present. I couldn't fault him. He looked in excellent shape, and he has an enormous record on the wet tracks and is very, very fit. The horse that was very bright in himself was number 17, Yes Indeed, in comparison to what he was like in the mounting yard for the Caulfield Cup to here. I would say here is another horse that has improved. He's been placed at the 3,200, and he loves the soft conditions. He looks excellent. Storm, trained on beautifully since his win in the Moonee Valley Cup, and probably a bit of an unlucky run here in the McKinnon Stakes, where he had a bit of a fight with June for a while. I must say he's nice and relaxed and is a very, very fit horse. Boart, she's a lovely mare. It's unfortunate that obviously she cannot handle these conditions because she does look in enormous shape. The ribs are still out everywhere on the 20 Coachwood. He'll give you a sight for a good long way. Nice horse, Dupain. I think we'll see the best of him here about this time next year, or maybe in the autumn. He's a very nice horse, probably not up to them. Electronic, here's one that will handle the conditions. She looks fit and well, typical of the Gay Waterhouse horses. And the big 3-year-old, Nothing Like a Dane, just thought that he'd lost a little bit since he won the Derby here on Saturday. A little bit lighter, which you probably would expect because he did have a very hard run in the VRC Derby on Saturday. But he's nice and relaxed in himself, otherwise looks good. In summary here, what looks a terrific race, an open race here. I'm staying with the horse that I did like before I came here today, number 9, Count Chivas. I've marked him on top of number 6, Doremus. This horse looks outstanding. Number 1, Double Trigger, and 17, Yes Indeed, were the other two to take the eye. So for the 1995 Melbourne Cup, I've marked them 9, 6, 1 and 17.
961 from Roy Higgins there. Let's have a...
And they look... Racing. Great start. It's all in fun on the inside. The first to jump out from Fewer Chosen, and Bullwinkle commenced smartly, and a Double Trigger taking up a handy position, being followed by Coachwood, and a bit further back in the field there is Double Take going forward, followed by Boart up in a handy position. A bit further back in the field, just in behind them came Sir Kingy as they race down the straight towards the course, Brother. Very wide on the track and going up quickly there is Stony Bay, followed by Yes Indeed, and back behind them is Count Shivers, and Vintage Crop is last of all at the 400 in the straight the first time. Coachwood takes up the running, leads by a length. Fewer Chosen on the inside of Double Take, close behind them Double Trigger. A length Bullwinkle on the inside of Darcher, 3 off the fence, Stony Bay, followed by It's All in Fun and Sir Kingy together. There's the 3-year-old pushing up on the inside, Nothing Like a Dane as they pass the stanza, and they're followed by Storm, nicely positioned.